In this video, we're gonna install 32 gigabytes of memory in my Omen 30L 3080 PC. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to get the console that you want. All right, so my Omen 30L came with 32 gigs. I mostly actually use it for video editing, but if there's a PC game that I really want to play, I'll play it on that. But for the editing applications, more RAM I think will make a difference. I'm not so sure on the 1080p gaming applications. So I got this XLR8, right? 2x16, so 32 gigabytes. RGB DDR4 3200 megahertz, right? So Omen HP says I should use the 3200 megahertz DDR4. I got another brand that I actually can't remember the name of it, but it didn't go very well for me. So I'm actually going to. I had to return that to Amazon. Didn't have any problem with the return. I traded in my Switch because I bought the OLED, and that gave me store credit with GameStop, and so I bought the memory from GameStop. Even though it wasn't exactly the same, HyperX I think is what they use in the Omen 30L, and that was. Maybe that would have made things easier, although I think I made a mistake. The first time I put it in, and I didn't hear the clicks. I did click them in myself, but I think you want to push it in so that you definitely hear the clicks on both sides. And I think that was my mistake. So it booted up, but it didn't actually it didn't actually recognize the new 32 gigabytes, and they were not lighting up, right? And these are RGB, so they should light up, right? So it was only recognizing the old memory, not the new memory. I called up PNY. They have a really nice customer service line, and the person was very helpful. They suggested I just take out the old memory, put in the new memory, and just put those in the 1 and 3 slots where the old memory was, put the new memory there. So we test to make sure that the new memory works. New memory did work that time because I clicked it in, and it did boot up pretty good. And then after that, I tried putting in the 32 gigabytes that we originally had, the HyperX, made sure I clicked it in, and so now we got this full 64, and I think that's the max you're allowed to put on this motherboard, 64 gigabytes. And so you want to have more memory, you're going to need a new motherboard. I mean, the Omen 30L, I would say, is kind of it's not super. It's not a. I don't like the motherboard personally, so I mean, if you wanted to strip your Omen 30L of all its good parts, because it has some good parts, right? And mine's got a 10850K processor, so that's a 10 core i9. Intel, it's got the 3080. It's got a platinum power supply. So it's got some good parts. It comes with a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. So there's a lot of stuff in there that's worth keeping, plus the 32 gigabytes of RAM. So if you did want to just like strip it for parts, it's probably cost effective to do that at current scalper prices for 3080s. But I didn't do that. So we've upgraded this. So now we got 64 gigabytes of memory. We also put in an earlier video, we'll put a link to that, where we installed a secondary M.2 SSD, a 4 terabyte Sabrent Rocket 4 Plus. And so That's really nice drive. That's working out really great for it. All right, subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to get the console that you want. We'll show you like some pictures of the install. Okay, so with the Omen, you want to pop the hood first thing. So there's a button on the back, and you just pop the hood, and you kind of lift it up, and then put that to the side. Now, this came with two DDRMs or sticks of 16 each. We got 16 more. We're getting them out. The PNY XLR8 Gaming RGB Epic X sticks. So these are 3200 megahertz DDR4s. I think the key with this is that you want to make sure that you click in. This is actually not exactly when I put them in. You want to make sure that they click in. You hear the audible click, that you don't lift the two sides on your own and put it in, but wait until that clicks through as you're putting it. It can be a bit tight. You probably want to space them out. Either I ended up putting them in the 1 and 3 slots. I'm showing you them in the 2 and 4 slots right there, but that's also a possibility. But make sure it clicks. You hear the audible click, and it should be clicked in both sides. So it might click just once, so you can see it's lighted up there. So that may be the picture of it not lighted up. And then when the RGB, the RGB is definitely going there. So it's in the 1 and 3 slot right now, and the HyperX is in the 2 and 4 slot. So I moved the slot. So I'm trying all 64 at once of RAM, and you can see the Omen processor to the side, which is water cooled. So we're going to Windows, check. So the fact that it booted up is a good sign, right? So if it boots up, that's a good sign. If it didn't, so we go to this PC, properties, and then it'll tell you if there's 32 or 64. So it's showing that it's 64, so that means we're good to go. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to get the console that you want.